This is my take on bad diets. I was having a conversation with a client earlier today, and I spoke to her about what is your understanding of what food is, because I think a lot of us don't even really understand what it is. The background story of food is ultimately it helps us to have energy and to repair and recover. And that more or less covers the basis of food. Now, for years in our survival, that's all we had to focus on was, can I go out and get food to provide me energy so I can do the tasks of the day, to hunt, to gather, to forage, to do all the stuff, to survive, to look after my family. And then as we've evolved and got better and faster and more well equipped, now we can make a phone call if we feel bad or feel tired or feel stressed and get exactly what we want to fulfill our needs. And it no longer is needed for energy, it's just because we feel like it. That is where food has moved and shifted. That's why we struggle. Now, within that scope, we now have people labeling food as good or bad. And here's my take on good or bad food. First of all, eradicate good or bad. There is no good or bad. Ultimately, no matter how bad a food is, unless you have an allergic reaction to it, it's probably not actually that bad. It's just you're having too much of it, which makes it bad. So imagine you're stranded in the Sahara Desert. You have absolutely no access to no food. You just about have some access to water, and you're there for an unforeseeable amount of time. Then randomly, someone drops you a care package with a McDonald's burger or some chicken nuggets or something to you. Now, on the scheme, it's probably not that great for you. But your choice is now, do I live and survive or do I die today? And if you take die today because McDonald's is bad, then guess what? It's bad because you've died. You never have a chance to go again. But if you take, I'll take the McDonald's because I'm going to survive, then you live and you can have a life. What if that happens every day and that's the only food you have access to? Someone drops you one McDonald's burger every single day. Now, given the heat, you can probably survive for a very long period of time with some shelter and everything else that you need. Now you have food. That food then can't be bad because it allows you to live and survive, and you'd have some energy to do tasks that you need to do. That's why food isn't necessarily bad. It's just the context that we use it in. If we fast forward to where we're at today, if you want a McDonald's, you can probably walk 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and you'll get to one. And you can go and order whatever you want, providing your finances and your conscious behavior allows you to do so. Then you can do that as often as you want. The problem is we overdo it. We get foods that we don't really need. We eat well beyond our means, and we also eat in alignment with our mood, our mindset, and our fatigue, rather than like, I have to have this because otherwise I die. I have to have this because otherwise I won't have energy to do my next task. And that's where the good and bad equation stops, because now we're looking at you're having too much or too little. And it's a case of, just like with breathing, if you breathe in pure oxygen, no matter how good it sounds in your head, likelihood is you'll have oxygen toxicity and you'll die if you do it for too long. Pure oxygen therefore can't be good. When you breathe in and out, you'll have a percentage of nitrogen, a percentage of carbon dioxide, and multiple other little things. And if you highlighted any one of those little tiny percentages out of the rest and blew them up to 100%, including oxygen, which is the highest amount, somewhere around 70%, and blew that up to a whole 100%, you would probably not survive to see the next day or the next week. They in themselves could be really bad on their own, singled out. But as a combination in a well-balanced system of pressure and breathing in and out, it's good and you survive and you're able to live. Some people live in high oxygen altitudes, some in low, but the same key point is you still have those other factors that you'll be breathing in and out that allow you to live, thrive and survive. Stop labeling food as good and bad, and stop listening to people that do, because they haven't understand the true role of food in general. And they're either trying to get you to buy something, or they just don't really understand what food is themselves, and they just have their own experiences and opinions that make them feel so strongly about the beliefs that they hold around food.